Hi, I'm Nicole,
And I'm Katerina.
and today we're going to share with you on how to have a successful consultation with your clients.
So we're gonna go over client relations with you guys and also dig a little bit deeper into the color.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Okay, so first we want to go over on more so client relations. So to me, I think the most important thing for you to do when you first greet your client is, of course, give her a handshake and make eye contact. But once you bring her to the chair, you want to actually pump the chair all the way up so you're more eye level with her, and then you actually want to turn her towards you and come stand and have a conversation with her right in the front here. It's better to do this because you can start building that relationship as opposed to being behind her, where you're like playing with her hair and talking to her through the mirror. It's more personal if you come this way. So here we always have our conversation. Our first thing that we always want to ask our client is, tell me all about your hair. It's so important to ask that instead of saying, what is it that we're doing today? Because then you give them the control. You're the professional, so it's always important to really dig deep in as to what it is about their hair. So if they kind of look at you and they're like, I've never been asked that before, you can just kind of go through and say, tell me what it is that you do when you get out of the shower. What is it that you do with your hair when it's wet? Do you blow dry it? Do you flat iron it? Do you curl it? Do you use products? And let them really dig in deep with you on that. Okay, and the next thing that we want to look at is also the client's body positioning and the way that she's carrying herself. If she walks in and she has, a business suit on and you can tell she's a business professional, then you want to more so look at doing more of a sleek style for her. If she's wearing a little bit of leopard and she's got a little trend to her, then you can get into thinking of doing some more layers. So these are all things that you want to observe. If she's pushing her hair up, that means that she likes a lot of volume. If she's pushing it down and to the side, you know you're going to want to have to create more of like a side swoop on her. So these are all things that you're going to have to really look at while you're having your consultation with your client. Okay, and then the next step, you also want to, after you have a conversation with her about her needs, then it's your time to kind of go through and take a look at her hair, analyze her hair, and see what it is that you think would be best for her. So at this point, I always like to ask them, do you mind if I feel your hair, or if I run my hands through your hair? It actually makes them feel like they're gold, like they're somebody very special for you to even ask if you can touch them. So that's always a really great key point. So do you mind if I run my hands through your hair? Awesome. So at this point here, we kind of just go through and we want to feel her texture. And we also want to see if there's any colics popping up or any difficult growth patterns. We want to look at her hairline, especially if she wants to go shorter. So we want to see how all this little hair down there is going to lay. And then we also want to just kind of like even look around in her hairline in the front here, run our hands through. Another great idea to do is if we're talking about creating a bang, you kind of just want to lay the hair there to see if that's going to work or what length she's at, if that's going to work. So this here will be able to kind of give you more of a visual. Also, I think another really important thing to do is talk about length and very visual. So if you have an idea for your client, I think it's important for them to see your visual and what you think. So always going through the magazines or even on Instagram, looking at a picture and showing her, this is what I think would look beautiful on you. How do you feel about it? Do you think it's too long, too short? Are you liking this? So that's always important. And then never talking inches with your client. So if your client says, I want 2 inches off, usually 2 inches to them is 2 inches different to us. So I think it's very important for you to actually pull their hair forward and show them. You could even ask them, where is the length going to lay nicely for you? Is it going to be here, here? And you want to visually show them that. So I think that that's also a really great key point. Lastly, you also want to make sure that you are upfront with your client about pricing. So after you've gone through the consultation and you told them what you think would look best on them and you guys came to a conclusion on what you were going to be doing, you want to just break down the pricing to them. You want to let them know that it's going to cost them this much, this service, and then maybe 5 weeks out from now it won't cost as much. But you always want to let them know how much money it is so that there's never a surprise when they go up at the front desk.
Hey guys, so very important is when a client comes into your chair and trying to figure out what is it exactly they want. Let's say they come in and they're like, I want a balayage. Well, you need to find out what's balayage for them because it can go anywhere from ombre to just subtle highlights. And also another important part, let's say Okay, we decided we're gonna do a balayage. How high do you want the balayage to be? Do you want to start from here? Do you want to start from the cheekbones? Or do they maybe just want sun-kissed ends? So don't start any service before you actually know exactly what the client wants. Also, another important part is trying to figure out the tone that the client wants their hair to be. Let's say they come in and they say, well, I want honey blonde. You want to make sure that you find out what's honey blonde for them, because what's honey blonde for me or for another stylist could be different from what they see. So what you have to do is you grab a color chart, you open it, and you show them, show me what you see as a honey blonde. So, and that's how you go. Thank you so much for watching us, guys.
And don't forget to follow us on our Instagram page at Katerina Nicole Hair.
Bye.